Hi, I'm Dennis Gage. Thanks for tuning in to My Classic Car, home of the certified car nut. Well, this week we're in Imperial, Missouri to check out a couple classic customs from the collection of Kurt McCormick. Kurt favors cars that were built by the kings of customization, the Pisano brothers, George Barris, Harry Westergard. These are the guys that set the standard and the style that customizers are still following today, and the cars they built back then still turn heads now. Let me take you to school. Old school, that is. Well, Kurt, you've got some classic customs in your collection. You brought out a couple of really sweet ones today. A couple of my faves. 41 is the year.
Right.
You didn't see cars like this in the magazines back then. You saw these cars.
These exact cars.
Now,
yes.
This car, for instance, this is it's a 41 Buick.
Right.
Built by
Tony and Joe Pisano.
the Pisano brothers.
The Pisano
brothers.
They're still in business. They're famous race engine builders now. But back then, they raced Buick straight eights, and they had Buick road cars as well, and this is one of them.
Now, when was this built, roughly?
Early 50s.
Uh-huh.
I don't know exactly when. And in the mid 50s, a subsequent owner took this car to the Barris brothers and had some more body modifications done to it, and had it painted candy red at that time.
Wow.
And that's the Barris connection with this one.
So there's been a little Barris dust sprinkled on it, right?
They've breathed on it a few times.
Well, you know, being built in the early 50s, I mean, that was really when this whole custom craze was starting. And there really weren't rules per se. I mean, these guys were defining the rules.
That's it. They were experimenting. The final product, that is the look of the final product, defined whether they were successful or not. Practicality didn't much come into it. It was just how sharp you looked when it was all said and done.
That's it. This car looks sharp. What all was done here? Obviously, there's a pretty serious chop on it.
Yeah, according to the old magazine articles, it was chopped about 5.5 inches.
That's a lot of chop.
It is. It's huge on a car like this. Well, you can see it gives you these extreme proportions that are kind of appealing on this car. The car's got two Appleton 112 teardrop spotlights.
They're the
real thing.
They're the real things.
Yeah, that's that was the spotlight of choice back then. Frenched headlights, molded splash aprons. The bumpers are off of a 42 Lincoln.
Oh, is that it?
42 Lincoln bumpers.
But that's really the stock 41 grille, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I mean, you can't improve on that.
That's
really.
right. Nothing fits the car better than that.
And the interior is so period. But I've never seen a seat done like this. At first I thought, oh, gee, your springs are bad. But no, they're not. That's your design, right?
Right. I'm pretty tall, so the seat cushion was special made for me that drops me down low so that I can clear the headliner with the top of my head.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, it's a way to get even lower in the car.
Right.
And still have the comfort.
Low is what this car is all about.
Yeah. Now, Caddy steering wheel.
Actually, that's a 41 Buick steering wheel.
Oh, it's a Buick steering wheel.
Yeah, we got Caddy engine and Caddy hubcaps.
Ah, okay.
And the chrome-plated dashboard has got a full complement of Stuart Warner instruments in it.
A vinyl headliner, too.
Yeah, this is the original Gaylord headliner. It has survived all these years. That's about 60 years old now.
Wow. And again, then sloping back here, what a sleek, again, everything you could shave off it, I guess, left the trunk hinges, but I even like those.
Yeah.
I mean, they look good.
Oh, that's a mark of an old car. That's why we're in this, because we love old cars.
The stance is just to die for. I think it's awesome.
Thank you. Other people have said that it's a sinister, sneaky-looking car, too.
It is. It's sneaky looking. Now, this is the old piano-style hood, right?
It is. Please swing that spotlight back. I'll do this one.
Back.
We'll have a look.
Oh, all right. Wow. Yeah, that does kind of take you back, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And if you didn't have enough gauges on the dash, there's 3 more on the firewall.
That's it.
You're monitoring everything, Kurt.
That's it. We know what's going on in this car.
This is a 331 out of a 51.
51 Cadillac and a matching hydromatic transmission. This is an authentic, new old stock Hellings air cleaner from the period.
Wow.
Edelbrock ribbed aluminum valve covers, blonde headers going into a pair of Smitty glass packs.
We'll drop her back down here. I even like the silver firewall. That's a nice touch too.
Yeah, it is. It's well
Brightens
thought
up,
out.
yeah, brightens up the engine bay a lot.
It does.
Well, and all your cars, I mean, even though they're special, Pisano Brothers, Barris, you know, Westergard, you still drive all these, right?
Yes, we do. We have taken them all on long out-of-state trips over the years. We do put the miles on them.
What do you say we take it on a short in-state trip?
You'd be most welcome.
Oh, can I drive?
Why don't you drive?
I think I will. I'll
Okay.
put the spot back.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome back to My Classic Car.
Anytime you do a car like this, you compromise things. Everything you change, you've compromised something, whether it's serviceability or visibility or practicality or mileage, ride comfort. You're always compromising something.
But it's
for
all
style.
about form.
That's it.
It's sort of like the heck with function to a certain extent.
That's
It's
it.
all about form.
Just so you look good doing it.
You really like these early customs, and you were kind of doing this before other people were
Yeah.
really latching on to these early customs, right?
It's really true, Dennis. In fact, I bought a Chop 50 Merc in 1968 when they were just as out as they could be. You know, nothing that could have been more square, more
Yeah, it's like,
out
what were you
than a
thinking,
Chop
right?
Merc. I bought this Chop 50 Merc off of a used car lot, and to show you how worthless they were at that time, I gave $150 for it, nicely chopped car, and drove it home.
I love the feel of this car, Kurt. This is a kick.
Bounces along, little bitty windows.
They are very stiff, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, when it comes to the roads, you really know every bump and every pebble that's in your way.
That's very true.
So it's a Buick, but
Right.
the caddy hubcaps, and the caddy wheel.
When this car was built, anything that you added to a car off of a Cadillac lent prestige to the car. It enriched the car. So these Cadillac sombrero hubcaps on this car were very popular with the custom guys in the late 40s and early 50s.
There's probably a lot of Cadillac owners wondering where their hubcaps went.
Absolutely. But I plead innocence.
I know
These are
nothing.
all-
I know nothing.
Yeah, this is all swap meet stuff.
Welcome back to My Classic Car. Kurt, that Buick is sweet. That is a nice car. But let's talk caddies. What do you say?
Okay.
So we're still in 1941.
Yes.
This car was built by who?
This was built by a Sacramento customizer named Harry Westergard.
And when? I mean, another mid-50s or?
No, he was a 40s customizer, and he did this car for a man in 1948.
Man, I mean, that, again, really the early days of the whole custom movement.
That's it. And there's only maybe a half a dozen surviving Westergard customs around the country these days. He was known for his really exquisite craftsmanship. The Barris brothers actually mentored under him.
Oh, really? Wow.
Before World War II.
Wow.
So a lot of what you see in a Barris car
It has
was
some
learned
Westergard.
with Westergard, right?
Now they look surprisingly similar in a lot of ways. I mean, the 41 Buick, the 41 Caddy.
Yep. They are, from the factory, they actually use the same basic body shell for each car.
Uh-huh.
The 41 Roadmaster has the same body. For instance, you could swap doors and deck lids and window glass and things like
Really?
that between the two cars. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. This car was owned by an Indian motorcycle distributor in the 40s, a Sacramento motorcycle dealer. When he had the car, it was in a flood. And so he took it to Harry Westergard to be repaired. And Westergard said to him, look, as long as we got to blow this thing all apart anyway, why don't we do this and this and this and
Let's
this?
do something cool.
Right. And so they built this full custom caddy out of this flood damaged car.
No kidding. So, I mean, did it come to you in this kind of shape?
Oh no, it was a wreck.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had to do a complete body off the frame restoration. It was a 3-year effort.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a big deal.
But again, it's a historically significant car.
It had to be saved.
It had to be saved. Now, this car, another chop going, not
Yes.
quite as severe.
Right. This car is only chopped perhaps 2.5 inches.
And again, I don't believe it's sectioned.
No,
right?
it's not. The grill And both the front and rear bumpers are off of a 47 Cadillac. This modernizes it, brings it up to what was then current styling standards.
Yeah.
The fenders along the side there, you can see the what we call fadeaway fenders, which was popular in the late 40s, which again brings the car up to date. 2 more Appleton teardrop spotlights.
Gotta have them.
The rear fenders are 48 Cadillac.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so along with the taillights, of course. They molded these 48 Cadillac fenders right to the body for a smooth look. Custom-made wheel openings with handmade fender skirts.
And that is the littlest fender skirt I've ever seen. I mean, getting the wheel out has got to be a challenge.
Yeah, it makes it tough to change the tire. That's one of those compromises that we talked
Yeah,
about
that's right,
for
indeed.
style, you know.
And again, just so smooth and so shaved.
Yeah, that's the look they were after.
And the interior is beautiful too. You kept that pretty stock looking.
This is the configuration of the original interior. The car was nicely upholstered when it was first built. Even the trunk was all done. It's got it's oxblood and ivory vinyl. It's got a 41 Pontiac Deluxe steering wheel. The dashboard is stock 41 Cadillac with the original gauges and everything hooked up. But the dash has been chrome plated, which is
It's a nice touch.
a nice custom touch.
This is a Caddy. Does this have a Caddy engine?
It does. There you go.
This would be a 390?
Yes, this is a 62 Cadillac 390 V8. It's been all fresh rebuilt.
I like your carburetor setup.
Thank you.
What's
The intake manifold is kind of a rare piece. It's an early 50s hot rod piece made by Detroit Racing. The air cleaners are manufactured in the 50s by a company called High Power. They were an East Coast company. It's got 257 Dodge Carter 4-barrels on it.
But you've updated it. I mean, it's got
Yes.
like AC in it.
Yes, it's got air conditioning, an alternator, modern wiring, and other conveniences to make it safe and practical for today's highways.
Which you take this out on.
We do. We put the miles on them. That's what they're all about.
Let's put some miles on this one. Hey, look, I'm on the driver's side again.
What a coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Welcome back to My Classic Car.
Sounds nice. And away we go.
And we're off.
Now, this is the one that's got the more modern trans in it, though. You got a 700 R4 in it?
That's right, 700 R4 with a lock-up converter.
Wow.
It's 30% overdrive, and in conjunction with a 323 rear gear set, my final drive ratio is about 1 to nothing. I don't know, it's really high. The thing just idles on the highway.
I love the looks this car gets. The steering wheel is Pontiac, right?
41 Pontiac Deluxe. I found it on eBay, and I had to buy the whole column and shifter and steering box and everything to get it.
Wow. And this is really all you wanted.
That's
But
it.
did you have to recast it?
Yes.
Okay, because it's like brand new.
I sent it off out of state, and there's a fellow that specializes in recast Pontiac steering wheels, and he fixed me up. Now, these cars are not about visibility. The tiny little mail slot back window combined with the lacquer quarter windows plus the chop, you just got to use your mirrors a lot.
And it's all about looking good.
That's it.
It's all about looking good.
That's it. We're styling. All the rest of that stuff is secondary.
Oh man, I love these early customs. I think Kurt's got a few of them. I had a blast today. You know, we may need to come back in the future to take a couple more of them out. That work for you, Kurt?
Anytime. You're most welcome.
Oh yeah.